point is like fairly long. Ice Path takes a little bit of time to shoot out, and Skywrath he has a lot of travel time too. So he can turn around versus most of these threats, as opposed to something like a Stang Faceless Void, who can just tornado him and turn around really fast. So I think Bristleback will actually have a pretty good time this game.
Okay. Well, let's see how Havos does. It's certainly the aggressive type of hero that he loves to play. You got to be up in their faces with this one.
You also have to have something in front of the Shadow Fiend. You can't have like another
Bat Rider in front. Yeah.
You can't have him like Shadow Fiend plus like I don't know like Luna or something like that. Gyro, the weaker agility heroes.
You need a tank.
You need someone in front. Yeah. And he also has more minus armor too. They can take out Roshan fairly easily if they ever get the opportunity. So I like the BB pickup.
Yeah. An ancient rule of thumb from World of Warcraft. You know, when you're going for those raid bosses, gotta have it. All right. Oh, Jesus.
That's the spirit.
Shadow guy needs nuclear.
Hey, it's nice. You don't miss the action.
You also can't see the action sometimes. All right, let's run through our drafts here. We might have a little engagement top lane. Doesn't look like it, but yeah. On the dire side is Team Fnatic. Come with me, the Darkseer. I'll have Ryze supporting him on the Skywrath Mage. The Patani on the Weaver. Ward already dropped to in the off lane. That was placed by Ace. Appears to be a solo off lane Jakiro for now. Normally we see him more in the dual lanes. Arise, your Brewmaster, and for NaVi, of course, their opponents. 1-0 so far in the Summit 2. We've got Funnick on the Bat Rider. That puts Dendi with the Arcana. Nice to see that on the Shadow Fiend.
That Arcana is sick.
It really is. FNG, the Treant Protector, Havos, the Bristleback, and Vangscore, the Bane. It's one of the best Arcanas in the game. I actually didn't like the concept art when I saw it, but they've been implemented well. I still don't really like the new Shadow Rays animation. That's not really an issue with the Arcana. Like waves his arm and then like a raise appears later. Doesn't feel fluid.
This is cool from Funnick. You don't see this very often. He used Firefly to cut down these trees earlier, so he can get better vision of where the supports are at all times, and he won't get fogged. Bat Rider already has very limited vision in the daytime compared to almost any other hero in Dota.
What is his AoE?
It's like 1400, I think.
Okay.
Everyone else is 1800, or almost everyone else, like not Night Stalker, but for the most part it's 1800.
And he has normal nighttime vision, right?
I don't remember. They tweaked it a little bit, but it's fairly normal. Normal enough.
Normal-ish. Okay. Mid lane, we will see Dendi getting this better early block here. He'll be able to last it under tower, and he's actually gone for the raises level 1. It's something that we saw Arteezy started to do a lot, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, and I guess the idea is basically you just secure your bottle early on, and you can catch up in souls a bit later.
I mean, the difference in between the time that you're level 1 is very, very little. It doesn't make that
just
big
a one wave.
Yeah, it's commonly seen in the TA matchup, but versus Panda, I don't think Panda's that difficult of a matchup in terms of being able to last it.
Yeah, Dendi does have that bottle now, though, so very least to be able to regen, and
uh-oh, Bat Rider.
Not having fun here. What's Ryze gone for? It's an early point Arcane Bolt. No concussive. Too much kill potential yet, but that could change, and they are running a 4-position Darkseer in the jungle. Mentioned the Jakiro off lane, but I wasn't sure Come With Me would actually stay here. Something we just don't see much of anymore.
Yeah, I fully expected Jakiro on top lane.
Do you think it's gonna work? So far the Jakiro's doing okay bottom.
Yeah, it looks okay.
It's a pretty weak killing lane. Sleep into what? Leech Seed, I guess?
I mean, if they can get away with it and the supports aren't messing with the mid lane, then it's not a big deal. They're actually getting a lot out of it. They just have one extra person farming.
A little skirmish for the bottom rune. FNG gonna take some liquid fire harass, but he secures the double damage rune. He's probably gonna skill Leech Seed now, and he gets Fog going for Ace, who flaps away to safety. There's no boots up on tree. Why don't we see more trees go for boots nowadays? It was like the go-to build every game when PPD was playing it.
It is, but Leech Seed's just pretty weak at level 1 now. It got nerfed significantly.
That would explain it then. For now, yeah, that's something we haven't talked about is Living Armors are not going to be effective this game. They have Liquid Fire, the Swarm, Skywrath Mage Mystic Flare, and Ion Shell, so...
Dual Breath.
Yeah, 3 could be pretty underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I generally...
Overgrowth is really good against Brewmaster, though.
Well, I think really good Brewmasters will dispel it. AoE, but I actually haven't seen... I don't know why.
Does it dispel it?
It should. I don't see why not. You can Manta out of it, so...
Yeah.
I figure you can.
Because I've seen Brewmat, like, especially in China, like, the teams will pick Tree to counter Brew, but it just
I actually don't...
Never dispelled.
Yeah, I'm...
Maybe just only people don't... That spell is criminally underutilized in general.
It is. I remember you could like dispel sprout trees in Dota 1.
Could you really?
Yeah, they were like summoned trees.
Yeah, they weren't like real like map trees, I guess.
Yeah, there's some wonky interactions with that, but all in all, very passive early game. This ward in the opponent's jungle will hinder their farm a decent amount, and Skywrath will be forced to do other things instead.
I do want to point out, Denny is just wrecking this mid lane now. 18 and 4 on his Shadow Fiend. He's zoning a Rise out of the lane at this point. He's getting free farm. No ganks as of yet, and Fnatic, if he's spotted out here, concussive shot will come through, but not too much they can do about that. At least not without backup. He is going to walk in to come with me, but he can just kite him over the tree line if need be, although he's now down in the river. Take a lot of harassment, and while that was happening, Dendy just solo killed the Brew. Oh man.
Triple race.
Jeez,
he's level 6 now. He's level 6 4 minutes in. That's absurd.
He was free farming mid, but free farming mid and killing the Brew are two very different things.
Yeah, Arise is actually a pretty good solo mid. Surprised that gave up first blood. I was watching Fnatic as well.
Yeah, that one's on me. Definitely didn't expect that.
Radiant's top tower
well,
in bad shape.
Obviously a fantastic start for NaVi in that department, and they're doing pretty well elsewhere. In theory, you do look at Fnatic getting a bit more off the map running the jungle Darkseer, but if you're giving up kills to a solo mid Shadow Fiend, then that is not a good trade.
Yeah, I think the Skywrath should have tried to pressure him a little. Yeah, they have the Treant Protector, but at the same time, you just can't let Shadow Fiend do whatever he wants. He's probably one of the worst heroes to leave alone in solo one, unless you have a heavy lane dominator.
Fnatic is still getting his levels off lane. He's been under some pressure, but trying to shut down the Bat Rider is not easier said than done, that's for sure.
I wonder if it's going to be like a... or Dendy.
He loves to even like... I've seen him just go like boots blink, but... Yeah, he's already picked up the Gloves of Haste. That definitely won't happen, and oh, he's going to be sad now. No points of action. Can he TP out? Gets the burn. I think his corpse actually... No, it didn't make it to base.
He got punched by Darkseer.
Meanwhile, top lane, there's going to be more action onto Fnatic, who found a solo kill on the Scarth Mage, but Hani looks to turn this one on him. He's got Sakuchi, no time lapse, has to be careful not to immolate, and this might be where the Living Armor turns it. Hani gonna... Oh, close. He had the stick charges. Fnatic actually trapped now in the trees. They do get that much kill on the Shadow Fiend, and they're going to Brew split mid. FNG doesn't have a point yet in Nature's Guise, and even if he did, that Boulder Toss more than enough to cure the kill.
And Dispel. Dispel that.
Yeah. I honestly, I feel like most games you don't even see Dispel used.
Except for Cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, just for cycling.
So, well, that's a nice change of events.
This be a nice change of events for Fnatic? No, not really. Come with me stealing his rune again. Been under the gun there. Well, despite the death, Dendy is still CSing well, and he may even go for that Midas. That's definitely a possibility. Did not complete his treads.
What has Vanscore been doing? I've really been watching him that much, but there's no stacks available for Shadow Fiend or for Bat Rider. He's only level 3, so he's not playing like super... He's just been entire time ace. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen him towards mid. He's been... It's been the tree getting the rune spot him, so I can only imagine Vangscore's just been pulling and sitting. Not really rotated at all. Would like to see him with the TP to potentially protect that Shadow Fiend if they dive him.
Looking fortified.
Picked one up just yet. In comes my favorite courier, Justin Bieber. Can't believe anyone... See, it's so bad it's good, man. Can't believe Valve made us change the name. Bad about that.
Justin Bieber.
Savos will dive past the tier 2. He finds a kill on the Jakiro. Now they turn on him. Hani, Sakuchiing through and in for the trade here. Living Armor has been used, and Hani can't really do too much more from here on that hero. He'll try to turn to Vangscore instead. They're able to retreat out together. Still diving. He is level 7 now. Low on mana, but has 5 stick charges. Brain Sap. They'll bring Hani low, and Arise with no blink just can't get in too close. He'll try to scurry forward. Does Hani get a body block off? Vangscore? Oh no, Magic Stick, unfortunately. They may just be able to run him down. Another Living Armor in 4. It's not going to come in time. Ends up falling, and then Hani time-lapses out. Mid lane, Dendy is already pushed down the mid tier 1, and he's just casually farming at the tier 2. Completely out of control Shadow Fiend. 4.1k net worth already.
Yeah, and Panda's forced to rotate off the lane to try and help this bottom tower, and the bottom tower is still under heavy pressure. Oh no, Fnatic.
Bit of trouble here for him. Ace will manage to catch him out, but he's also burning the dragon down. The bat trying to finish him off. Will fail in that, but came very close. Suddenly Dendy's just moving through the enemy woods. He's now picked up his Midas, going back for the treads. That's an 8-minute Midas treads and some gold in the bank to boot. Suddenly it's also Vangscore top lane. He's diving too. Welcome to NaVi Dota. 4 kills for them, but it's a whole lot of aggression this early on.
Rises didn't do a good job of managing his...
FNG. See another brew split just to kill off this tree. Not going to bother with that. Just claps him and the living armor won't help you at all. Nice kill for him, but a hasted Dendy marches in. He's looking for come with me. Surge is there. He's going to try and keep with him through the surge. Can he follow him? Will there be a fog juke up and down the ramp? Dendy's ready for it. He turns. He looks for the raise, and no. Dendy, raise. Oh, he almost got outplayed completely by come with me. Does manage to get it off, and he'll scurry away to safety. No blink on our eyes, so he'll be able to retreat. That was really well played by come with me, though. He almost managed to juke that.
Yeah, and this animation on the raise is way different than the normal.
Well, they changed it in general with the new remodel, right? It's not just the Arcana.
Yep. Brew closing in on Blink Dagger, and Iron Shell Panda is actually pretty good. The Iron Shell sticks under Earth Panda, even after split, which is just massive damage, because that's usually the only one that almost guaranteed survival.
Yeah, I guess the only downside is it's not particularly fast. If you have the Boulder Toss and the Cyclone, you can usually stay.
Pearl Boulder.
Pearl too hard. They do get their Blink on the Brew now, so Blink's up for a rise. Mech. No, it's not a Mech for company. He's going to go for the Midas. That Bone 7 build in play. Everyone playing a bit greedy on Fnatic. They ran the off-lane Jakiro, but it feels like they've just stretched themselves a bit too thin. They've let the Shadow Fiend free farm. The Bristleback's getting a lot out of the safe lane. The Brew's been slowed down. 10-minute Blink is not terrible, but certainly not the fastest. With Darkseer going to Midas, it's going to put more pressure on the rest of the team to carry the load.
Yeah, and Honey's... I mean, he's going for probably a Lincoln Spear. It's decent versus Bane and Batrider, but you can still get procced by other spells, such as Goo. The Goo, and I mean, he's not gonna have any damage either, and they don't have like any minus armor on their team, no Bloodlust to augment his damage, and he's hitting like a wet noodle, especially versus Treant Protector too.
Yeah, it's... In theory, Goo is really good against Lincoln Sphere, but it's more just... It's going to be a while before he really does anything. He's not farmed particularly well for a safe lane Weaver.
Well, he's had to move a lot, too.
And I feel like a lot of that's down to the greed. You know, running the jungle Darkseer, someone's got to be moving around to help the team, and a Brew with no blink can't do it.
FNG and kind of in no man's land, about to get blinked on.
They're all trying to descend on this bottom lane, but Hani's going to back off while meanwhile mid. That's where the other action happens as Rise blinks in, claps, and smacks down the tree. Another death for FNG. Died, what, 3 times now? Yeah, 0 and 3.
At least it's not Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, well, they've kept Dendy well away. He's going to stick with the team. He's got Mask of Madness as well. Full YOLO Shadow Fiend.
It owns towers.
He's also going to get him melted if they manage to, like, a Brewmaster crit is going to be like a third of his health, easily.
Yeah, it's really scary versus Brewmaster. I don't really know how they plan on killing a Brewmaster before he splits, I guess.
Fiend's Grip, I guess.
Fiend's Grip and Batrider Ultimate. They probably have to use both.
The one nice thing about the Mask of Madness is, I feel like it's less relevant with Shadow Fiend, but it does accelerate your farm a bit for things like Ancients. It also, outside of that, he can just raise down creeps anyway, so it's a very risky build from Dendy, but he's certainly known for that style of play.
He has so much attack speed. Are they going for a 2-man Roche? With living armor?
They're going to let Bane tank it for a little bit. The thing is, Dendy can't... I don't think he can tank this himself.
They need living armor.
No, that's not going to happen. Well, if Roche ignores him, kind of the case right now. 5 heroes top lane for Fnatic. They seem oblivious to this, and with the living armor there, it's working out. It's actually a pretty fast Roshan, too.
Yeah, here he has 1 point of presence of a Dark Lord, and then he just has so much attack speed right now. Talking about, like, what, 170 attack speed-ish?
The thing that's really nice about this is, like, Shadow Fiend you don't think of as a Roche hero. It's not like you see an Ursa on the enemy team you're constantly scouting for it or Lycan. I mean, he can Roche, but normally he doesn't sneak it this early, and certainly not Radiant side.
Yeah, you never expect like a Bane and a Shadow Fiend to be doing it.
And Havosta's going to bait this one perfectly. A just picked up, they're going to jump onto him, but he's already got Buckler and Vanguard. can they really afford to be committing for him? Doesn't seem like it. The lasso and ace killing off the twin-headed dragon. The tower went the way of the Jakiro, so they at least get the gold for that, but Roshan and an Aegis in your Shadow Fiend, well worth it, and now the Mask of Mana should pay off.
We've only seen one Panda ultimate this game, and that was very, very early on to kill the Trim Protector. They need to get more mileage out of the Brewmaster. You don't pick a Brewmaster to win fights 20 minutes. You pick him to win from 5 to like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then you can continue to be a presence with your AC, Vlads, or even an Aghanims, but the thing is, the hero doesn't farm that great either. If you're not getting kills, then you just fall behind. Well, NaVi are feeling confident now, Ben. They're going to push through the top lane, and they'll also look to defend bottom. Fnatic TPing there. Hani, come with me. Ace all grouping up, but who leads the way for this squad? It's really just the Brew that can do it, and he's off farming mid.
Yeah, they have to have the Brew for Fnatic just use delay tactics too. And Fireflying, and they don't have the tower siege. Sure, they have level 4 liquid fire, but no one to tank it.
This is like a pure pub Shadow Fiend, but now he's building a Shadow Blade, which did get improved in the latest patch of it. Oh, the break damage was increased by 25, so not the biggest deal.
Bristleback has his Crimson Guard. Yeah, he seems a little squishy just by his items, but with Crimson Guard and with Living Armor and with Overgrowth, Defensive Sleeves, and all these hard disables with Bane Ultimate, Bat Rider Ultimate, they're going to have a hard time locking down, especially if Panda continues to play this passively.
Plus the Aegis. How much do you really want to throw out that Shadow Fiend, even if you kill him once? He's just melting towers right now. We'll double raise the wave, killing it off, and the Great Observer and NaVi are confident to take this one. Fnatic, expecting the Shadow Fiend early game. Seems like they're paying for it now. He's just a power-killing machine.
Oh, they dusted! He tried to immediately split out Vanscore. My goodness.
He just tried to go in solo, huh?
Well, he went in with an Invis, and Vanscore just randomly dusted and just immediately gripped him while he was trying to split. That was a fast reactions by Vanscore.
Yeesh. I guess they were expecting the clap split and then TP everyone in. They had left 4 bottom during that. That's a great play from NaVi. They must have seen the rune get picked up.
Yeah, they must have. It did not catch them by surprise at all.
Unless they thought the Weaver was just running in, but he's a much more difficult kill. Wrap Dendi around now. Shadow Blade's online. Find a kill and come with me. Got to come into range for a couple raises. Now he surges forward. Oh, come with me. You've gone the wrong way, my friend. You got to surge the hell out of here. Look at those auto attacks from Dendi. Brings him down to half just from that. Now Arise will blink, clap, and split, but he's caught nobody with this. Fnatic able to blink out in time. And now the boulder toss from long range on the Vanscore, but he's kept alive. And
are people even taking any damage?
No, not really. That Crimson Guard doing some serious work against the Brew split. Everybody forced back. Navi still at full HP. The Darkseer down already. Macro Pyre's been expended. Still the Aegis stands. Crimson Guard too strong versus Brew and Weaver, it seems. They're going to lose Ace now. Dendi gets aggressive. Double kill for Havos. Navi driven back and completely just overpowered here in these fights.
Dendi's just making them look silly.
That Crimson Guard did a lot of work too. Especially against like a hero like Weaver, who normally doesn't have the highest base damage, but just has multiple attacks. And a Panda really shuts them down. Yeah. Loving these item selections from Navi.
They just don't have that much damage. Generally, Jakiro and Skyrath will be your damage dealers, but they can't really lock anyone down. Just because the Shadow Fiend kills them in 2 or 3 hits.
Looks like they do want to jump in, but there's no Brew split. There is a level 1 Darkseer ultimate. Fortunately, he went for that second point in Surge and the max back, so he doesn't have it yet. Try to go on Dendi, but he's got a Requiem. Will zone the rest out. They get back into an Ice Path, but right as it ends, didn't really do too much. Then Arise blinks and claps in. Good AoE damage. FNG gonna drop here. Mavos still standing strong with Vanscore to side. They'll have the fresh Shadow Fiend coming back to life, but he comes back to life. Side of an Ice Path has to run out of here. Vanscore, Dendi, and Havos all retreat. It was a 3 for 2 and an Aegis. Now, well, they're coming back into the fray. Dendi's gonna finish him off and turn this one around. Ouch. Navi just raises. Wreck him. 5 heroes dead. They'll take their first lane of Rex in 17 minutes. Man, they just got destroyed.
Dendi is out of control. They just didn't expend any resources to just keep him down at all. Yeah, they had the Darkseer jungle, but as you said, it doesn't really leave anyone else to roam around. Skyrath gonna be able to kill him that early, and they try to get him to die with the Brewmaster with Ion Shell, but it was just too little too late.
Man, you go back to the draft where they banned Arize's Magnus in the first phase, and you just gotta wonder, like, would it have been different if he had gotten one of his signature heroes instead of this Brew?
Well, Magnus does not have an easy time versus Shadow Fiend either.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's probably more comfortable with it than Brew.
I feel like the issue wasn't his laning, it was more just...
Well, you can't die to a solo Shadow Fiend.
Yeah,
that
that's
just
true.
can't happen.
Okay, well that wasn't it.
Maybe he underestimated Treant armor. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but then he was still at like 300 HP when Arize.
He's going in mid lane. He's got a pace turn up. He's looking for an easy support kill. Probably about to find Ryze here. It's only going to take 2 or 3 auto attacks. 2 auto attacks and a raise. That'll be it. Down the Scarith Mage goes, and
This is almost a Daedalus, too.
the 18-minute Daedalus, Mask of Madness, Midas Shadowblade treads. And the bottle to boot. I mean, from here, it's just like a Satanic and your gravy. Well, not Satanic, I guess, since he's... I don't know. Maybe an MKB for the Brewmaster. There's more damage for Dendi.
BKB is the safe build.
So, Leap Arise. Rip will follow, and the struggle continues for our Brewmaster. Dealt with by NaVi. Rough game for Fnatic. Nothing's going their way. Team fights are inadequate, the Roche sneak wasn't scouted, they gave up a first blood mid on the Brew 1v1 against Shadow Fiend, they didn't shut down the Bat Rider, the Darkseer in the jungle hasn't really done anything yet. Can they hold the second lane of Rax, Ben? If not, it's pretty much GG.
Yeah, it was looking okay for him at the start, but they haven't really been able to coordinate anything and get any mileage out of Panda Ultimate.
And the problem is this push is coming a lot faster. They don't have as much time to sit back and wait for a good opening. The Bat Rider's going to jump in, goes for the lasso, finds Come With Me, pulls him deep back behind enemy lines. The raise from Denny will miss, that gets up the back wall. The Shadow Fiend illusion will be fairly scary, but he Requiems to clear those off and cover the path of retreat as Arise joins the fight, blinks in and claps, and doesn't want to split just yet. Meanwhile, Havost has gone full aggression mode into the tier 4 towers. Now the Overgrowth comes through, holding the Brew in place. No Dispel being used. The Overgrowth will wear off. Havost now jumping back in onto Ace. Will he commit to this one? Yes, he will. Trying to finish off that Jakiro. NaVi just committed to the tier 4th, but it's Denny who's focused on objectives, taking out the Rax during this time. Fnatic will die, but he gives his life for the greater good. Well, maybe he won't even die. So Weaver unable to finish him off, still chasing for it, but he's cliff skating. Now he blinks to the south. They're going to sleep Arise and bring him down again. Dendi gets the kill there as well. NaVi looking like they might be back in form here. They're not just handling Fnatic, they are absolutely swamping them. Denny will get caught in a nice path here. Classic overextension, but this time it's after the game is pretty much in the bag. Really not much Fnatic can do from here.
He was hoping for double crit super lifesteal.
I think he's just having a bit of fun here. Come With Me is in pursuit, but Vangscore's invis with a gem. Nature's guys to cover him, and Firefly once again. Bat Rider retreating out to the north. FNG is also invis. Might even get a courier here. No, that courier's going back to base. I don't even know where Fnatic go.
Seems like
Ace. He's been pursued out, down by the Bane.
it seemed like a pub game.
It really does. Especially the Dendi Shadow Fiend build. The kind of chaotic team fights.
The lack of coordination from Fnatic.
Just some of the unfortunate things, like the Brew walking into a random dust. It's like the type of thing that you just... Oh my god, idiot Brew. It's not... Like, how would you expect that to happen?
Poor Arise.
It's just a very random game. But good random. That's where NaVi thrives. They're now going to find Come With Me. They'll lasso him, pull him back, straight into Vangscore and Avost, and another easy kill for NaVi. Yeah, with this many lanes down, you can't leave your base against the Bat. It's... Honestly, I'm a little surprised they haven't GG'd out, but we'll see if they can fight on here. Hania's picked up a Desolator. He opted to skip that Linken's. That leaves him with 950 health against the Bat, the Bane. Struggle City.
Yeah, they're just lacking, severely lacking in damage. They have no way really to take on the Bristleback. He has like 2,000 HP, he has 20 armor, he has Crimson Guard active.
No, they have a way to take down a Avost. They just have to bait him into diving in the tier 4 towers with a fountain. That's the solution to Avost. Tantalizing. So Macro Pyre him, they set up the Ice Pad, but he gets force-stepped out of that whole combo. A bunch of spells basically wasted. Even a Brewmaster split used, but it's so much commitment for the Bristle, who's still healthy. They're going to bring the tree down, but it's right into Overgrowth opportunities if he wants to use them. Oh, he just did, but really accomplished too much with that. Avost popping the quills. Fnatic now blinking out. He's still at half HP. They're absolutely fine through this, and now Dendy's going to find that Requiem. Does he look to unload? Go for another takedown here? No, he's just right-clicking Heroes to Death. 3 dead. Arise probably next. Oh no, maybe come with me. Gets back in, continues with the auto attacks, and finishes him off too. 4 to fall. Fnatic, gluttons for punishment, will finally GG out. I'll pause it as they do. Game over, man.
Okay, Rise.
Game over.
Okay, Rise.
No mercy.
The radiant.
Too easy for NaVi. 2-0 now in the Summit 2.
That was just a stomp fest. No point in analyzing that.
It's just ugly. Ugly.
Brutal.
Painful.
Poor Rise. He's also really good with OD.